We online? Everything going? Okay, we online? Everything going? Let's see. Gonna wait for YouTube to confirm it's connected, because YouTube likes. Alright! And welcome to another FireRiffs live streaming event! It has been a little over 2 weeks since I did a live stream where I crashed and burned, riffing the boy in the plastic bubble. So, I don't know how many of all one of you are going to return for this. But actually, I got some views afterwards. After the stream, I got like 22 views, I think, so far, which for me is actually pretty good. So anyways, we're going to try this live streaming thing again, this live streaming improv riffing thing again, but we're not going to do a whole movie. We're going to go back to little bite-sized chunks of cinema to riff on, because wow, an hour and a half is a long time when you're trying to riff. And maybe it was better than it seemed on my end, but on my end, it seemed... Excuse me. Let me sit up higher in the chair so you can see my hand motions. On my end, it seemed like it was not the best work I've done. So we're going to try this little short, this little jam-handy short working with DuPont Chemical Company called Out of This World. And if you watch MST3K, you know that they did riff this at one point. I don't recall exactly which episode it was off the top of my head, but they did riff this. I actually haven't seen their riff of this. At least not to my memory. So, I don't have any of their riffs in my head. So I can't really make any homages or anything. And I also can't accidentally rip them off, you know, by having it floating around the back of my bald head. Though I may make some of the same jokes as they make, because, hey, that happens. So anyways, Out of This World is 1950-something, I think, short. And it's interesting. It's a very bizarre concept, and, well, most of these shorts are. It's not about a girl whose father was an alien and she can freeze time by touching her fingertips together. No, no, no. It's a different Out of This World from much earlier than the 1980s. And how many of you remember that show? Probably none of you. But I remember it. I used to like it as a kid. I think if I went back and watched it now, I'd probably think it was a little corny. I know there's some episodes illegally posted on YouTube, but where the heck else are you going to see it? So I meant to check one of those out sometime, see if it still holds up. Probably doesn't. Although, actually, interesting timing. Because Evie's father, Evie was the girl who was half alien on the show. Her father, who was the alien, spoke to her through this little, from his home planet, through this little, like, cube thing, and he was voiced by Burt Reynolds, who, as we all know, sadly passed away not too long ago. So it's kind of interesting. I did not pick this out with that in mind. When I picked it out, I don't even think I was thinking about the Burt Reynolds connection. I just happened to pick it. So, yeah, interesting little connection there. Anyways, let's get on to the riff, shall we? Let's see. I just want to see. How's my watch looking? Oh, look, I have... Oh, one person watching. Cool. Thank you for coming, one person watching. Just a quick reminder... If you've never come to the stream, I'll say it's not really a reminder, but if you've been here before, I can't really interact with the chat because I got to focus on the short that I'm riffing. But if there's a couple of you in the chat and you want to chat, if you want to say how well you think it's going, how terrible you think it's going, feel free. I'm not going to stop you. Just keep the language clean, please. Not that my language is perfect in this, but I want to keep this relatively safe, you know. Anyways, on to our short, Out of This World. DuPont, because you think of angels and devils when you think of DuPont. Mostly devils when you think of chemical companies, I guess.
I'll get you yet, my angel.
There are those who would say that the story which follows could happen only in a dream.
Or in some psychopath's weird nightmares.
This is the way it did happen. The story involves Bill Dudley, a mighty darn good wholesale bakery salesman.
I hate my job.
A character named Red, who
will put a foot in your ass if you insult him.
And one named Whitey, who is similarly employed, so to speak.
Oh, so the good guy here is Whitey. I see what's going on here, 1950s America. Think you're slipping one past me.
Salesman on Earth. Or so the story goes. Whitey is entrusted with the records of good salesmen.
Yep, that's what angels and devils are concerned with bread sales. That's very important.
Naturally, this leads to many arguments. Our story opens in the midst of one of them.
Must you beat on that confounded thing all the time?
I am not beating.
I'm strumming. Learn the difference, dummy.
Well, whatever it is, it sounds awful.
I'm gonna put a
You're
foot
just
in your
peeved
ass,
because
Whitey.
another breadfruit salesman has been transferred from your record to mine.
Bill Dudley!
Yes, he has been saved from his poor sales record past.
He's my kind of a salesman, that boy. Down, down, down.
Just like my
Marvelous
marriage.
record.
But what about this? Which, of course, is the reason he's now in my ledger.
Oh, yeah, that's because he's high. He's
Strictly
been
a
huffing
temporary
glue. It's
condition.
not his sales. You got the wrong ledger.
Why, at the slightest excuse, he'll slip back into his old habit of taking life easy. The way a smart salesman should.
You're talking through your horn.
Smart salesman who wants to go out of business.
Wouldn't want to make a little
That's
bet
what he
on that
goes
now,
for.
would
He
you?
likes seeing salesmen go out of business.
Oh, say. A new set of asbestos points for my pitchfork against...
Nice, safe, healthy asbestos.
A new set
I
of
love
strings
it.
for that thing.
On the level?
Strictly on the level. Of course, if you're afraid, it might...
Hey,
I
you've
don't
already crossed the
frighten
line once.
easily.
Let's not cross it
Go on.
again, buddy.
Well, now, suppose an attractive young lady were to ride the route with this Bill Dudley.
I suppose
Say
I did.
she's a magazine
Oh,
writer
you were
who's
talking
after
about me.
material for an
So
article.
rarely you compliment me.
Say, she makes fun of the way he works. That's all it'd take to get him back into my way of selling again.
Yep.
You think
Bakers
so,
really
huh?
care
I'm
about
willing
what
to bet
attractive
on
young
it.
reporters think of their work habits.
So I gather. But how could we up here fix it so that a magazine writer down there... Oh, no. No, not me.
Why not? The trip will do you good.
Don't you want to live amongst
Of
the
course, I
evil
haven't
people?
been down there in a long time. Even on business.
That's the way to talk. And perhaps, as a little added distraction from his work...
We'll dress you up like a harlot. No, yes, you'll just get your ankles showing and you'll really
Something a little
just get 'em all steamy.
more,
yeah, send her down to
perhaps
bathing
even-
suit. That
Oh,
won't
no,
look
don't you
suspicious
dare.
at all if
No
she goes
magic and no miracles.
reporting
It's
that.
against the rules. If I
Rules?
go,
You just made
I'll
up this
go.
bet. What rules? Who established the rules?
How dull.
You look
All
like
right.
Lois Lane
bet.
from the 50s.
All right, it's a bet. I'll put this Bill Dudley to the test.
Bill Dud. His last name is Dudley. His last name has Dud in it. For staff, we only sell on the rich breads. They go to the finest schools. They attend plays and
Let me see if I got
operas.
this whole
They're
thing
very
straight.
enriched.
You're a writer.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to do an article on modern food merchandising.
That's right.
Well, that sounds
The boss
really
said it was
boring.
okay
Who the
for
hell's
you
going
to
to want to
write
read
it.
that?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's okay with
Family
me then,
friendly.
but I'd sure have a tough time making my wife believe this one.
Well, so would I.
Come on.
She's going to have a tough time getting her wife to believe this. This is the 50s, right? I don't think that was a thing then. Kerry Inc. They sell John Kerry's, I guess. They spelled it wrong. Oh, yes. You know how they have the rear-facing passenger seat in most bread delivery trucks. Yep, he's salesman. Just drops it off in the doorway. Sales. Please buy our rich bread.
Well, that's how Whitey started out to prove her point. But Red was not far behind.
I'm sure you're wondering what all this has to
You're
do
not
with
down here
DuPont.
just for the ride, you
We'll
know.
get to
Start
that.
working on the guy. We got a bet on.
But I was enjoying pleasant banter with my bread salesman. I don't want to work on him now.
Say, you know, this seems to be an awfully dull job that you have.
Oh?
Let me stand here
What gave you that
seductively as I
idea?
tell you that.
It wasn't my... I mean, well, after all, it is just delivery man's job, isn't
Yep,
it?
pretty much.
Young lady, take it from me. Any guy who thinks this is just a delivery job belongs in a coal truck, not a bread.
Whoa, whoa, big slam on coal truck drivers out of nowhere. She's being an environmentalist. An early environmentalist. You know, bread is stupid. I can't believe you sell this crap. You know, Atkins is gonna put you out of business in like 50 years. Damn road car nutbags. I don't get, why is she frustrated? Isn't it her goal to not get him to not sell? Like, isn't it her goal for him to continue selling well, and she's frustrated that he's not listening? I try really hard to lose this bet I've got with the devil here. Okay. Look, I've had enough of you. I'm gonna leave you here at this park, and you just
Young lady,
go.
you sit there. I'll be right back.
Lady. He doesn't know her name yet. He's been riding around with her all day, just calling her lady. Very rude. I'd be insulted if I were her.
Well,
Well, I told him I thought he was a dope not to work it, to be the first one in every day.
good.
I told him I thought all this push on getting good displays, just a lot of front office talk.
Couldn't have phrased
Yeah,
it
you
better
know, the
myself.
front office doesn't really
Well,
want you to
keep a
sell
close
stuff.
check on how your load's going, I said. You can always dump it on the last half dozen stops.
Yep, sounds like most bread vendors I
And
meet.
what did he say?
Nothing. That's the trouble. He just sat there listening and looking very thoughtful.
There, you see.
He was
What
thinking,
did I tell you?
how can I get
My
rid
bet's
of this
practically won.
person?
Gee, you know, I would have sworn that nothing could make him
Crashing and burning
slip
again
back
here.
into his old
Crashing and
selling
burning.
ways.
Must be new on the force.
I mean, I know every single cop on every force in America. I don't recognize
I've
him.
listened. Now it's my turn. I talk and you listen. First of all,
Oh, sure, have it that
take a
way,
look.
man.
a loaf of bread. An important food, a healthy food, and a basic food that can be served in more
A
than
good
100
food.
different
Good
ways.
for America.
And give a look. Not just one kind of bread, but a whole variety.
What?
And not
Wow,
only bread,
variety of
but
breads.
a
I
whole
had no
variety
idea.
of all types of baked goods.
Are you, by any chance, trying to say that you think this business of yours is important?
That's exactly the way I feel about
Oh,
it.
please, people don't eat bread.
There's
You're not
something about
important.
that
You're
guy's
nobody.
tone of voice I don't like.
But just because we're important in the food picture doesn't mean a guy can sit back and take it easy on this job.
Why
Oh,
not?
why not?
Well, because
Oh, look,
folks
another
have to go to
babushka.
stores to buy my
I had one of
stuff.
those a few
So?
weeks ago.
So, in these stores, there can be as many as 3,000 different food items
getting to
that
the,
are just
where
itching to
DuPont
latch
ties
on
into
a
this.
part of their food
It's
money,
like,
including a few other brands of baked goods. So, it's one great big scramble. Up and down the aisles
there's
the
the
shopper
tuna fish.
goes, and what you'll buy,
here's my square
nobody
box
knows.
of tuna fish. Yep,
For
there
sure,
it is.
that is. But every food item tries to make the grade by looking so doggone good she just can't resist buying.
Yep, we have to lure people into
Appetite
buying
appeal,
things.
we call it. And how do you get it?
That's just what I was going to ask you.
Well, one way is to let the shopper see the actual product.
You know, you don't hide it in a
Yes,
veil.
sir, you can write this down in your notebook.
Put it-
For making the best impression, nothing beats seeing the actual product.
And here we go.
Now, one way to get it is with modern packaging.
Yep,
But that's
we're
not
safe.
all.
All safe.
Now,
Here we go.
for best appetite appeal,
Watch out.
you
Here it
also
comes.
have to have good displays. Displays that sell.
Oh, wait.
And believe me, top salesmen are
They're
using
marketing
all
the
the
cellophane
tricks in the book
packaging.
to get 'em.
That's what we're getting to. The
Tie-in
marketing cellophane
displays with
packaging.
go-together
All
food
this is
products.
to sell cellophane packaging.
Meal
It's barely
suggestion
mentioned in the whole
displays,
short.
and a lot of others. So when you stop and think about it, this job of mine is anything but dull.
But still, doesn't
It's
it
just
get
doggone
monotonous
exciting.
doing the same
I
routine
can't sleep
things
some
every
night
day?
just thinking of how
Every day
excited
is
I
different
am to
on this
deliver
job.
bread
Every
tomorrow.
store is different, depending on what bullseye I'm working on.
Bullseye?
Sure.
Yeah, bullseye candy. I
You
love
know,
them.
a while back I decided this could be a better paying job if the guy used his noggin. That's when I set up 3 bullseyes.
Before that, I just
Here they
didn't
are.
think or anything. I just kind of like lumbered through my
Closer
job.
goodwill, plus volume, and selling displays. the things I'm aiming for in every store on my route.
Anytime
You
you
know,
can do
I
something
work with
to
bread vendors on a
make
regular
yourself
basis,
better liked in the store.
and I guarantee all they do is they come in,
Up the volume in the
they check
store
the
by
bread
even
in, they
one
put it
loaf
on
of
the
bread.
shelf.
Or
That's it.
Get a new display idea. Can mean more dough. I'm just crazy
Get
enough
it?
to like to feel
Dough?
the more
Bread? I'm
That's
so
why I keep
funny.
aiming for those bullseyes.
Please kill me, I hate my job.
Well, I better wind up Nellie and get going.
What? Nellie? Nellie? Who's
Hey.
Nellie?
It's jerks like that that end up as supervisors.
I hate supervisors. They supervise the heck out of everything. Neener, devil man. Yep, this short really needed to be made.
You know, when I first started on the route, I acted like it was nothing more than a delivery job.
Which it pretty much
This
is, so
grocery
yeah, I
goodwill
guess
business.
that's how I should have
You know how I
acted.
used to go after that? Why, I used to go into stores and slam doors.
Hiya, Duffy, old boy. How's the old miser today? Counting your gold again, huh?
Yeah, that's the way normal humans talk. Well, how dare that horrible bread man leer at me? He's beneath me. Hey, were you leering at that woman? You know she's my wife, right?
Oh, sorry, Duff. No harm done, huh?
Hey, I de-squished the bread. Good to go, right?
Again, Duff.
It must have been awful.
Well, maybe it wasn't quite that bad. Anyway, today
I
got
exaggerate
to
my
Grocer's Goodwill
incompetence
a
quite a
little
bit.
different. I'll show you.
Big push by the sausage industry there.
Morning, Mr. Marco.
Come on.
No. Starting cans one-handed because that's
How are you today?
how slow I am at my job.
I feel lousy.
No, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, something new.
Shopping carts. Huh, never seen those
Hey,
before.
These are pretty slick.
Little tiny, but
Sure did. Yeah, I bet your customers will go for them, too.
yeah, they like riding around
With
in them.
my customers, maybe yes, maybe no. We'll see.
Go on,
Most
you
of
know
them, they
doggone
like
well
carrying
they
their
will.
groceries around, spilling
Be
them,
right
dropping
back.
them on the ground. They hate to have inconvenient ways to transport their
You
groceries.
see, I want every grocer on my route thinking,
That Bill Dudley is okay.
He's got a real nice
Never
caboose,
slams
too.
doors. Always seems friendly, always got a smile. Always interested in my store, treats my place with respect.
And every now and
slams
then,
his
he
trays
flirts with me a little
around
bit.
or makes
I
a
like
nuisance
it.
of himself. I like to do business with salesmen like that.
Lots of business.
believe me, building up goodwill is important. Without it, you get nowhere in selling today. Look, why don't you stay here and rest a minute while I go in and check the sales. Don't run off now.
Oh, I wouldn't think of it.
Wow, lots of stales today. Wow, I think I can't sell anything anymore. Dang!
I don't like the way that guy's yakking.
I do.
The devil's in. You're funny.
Want my
'cause you're
opinion,
supposed to
he's
be
in a
the
rut.
devil.
Oh, well, if you want mine, he's in the groove.
Thanks for the match, lady.
What, Matt? Oh, yes, you're welcome.
Enjoy your
Seen
lung
that guy
cancer,
before
sir.
somewhere? Now, I was going to tell you about the second bullseye of mine, plus volume. One way to go after it is to use this.
That's also known
And
as
this.
plus size.
What's this?
That, my young lady, is my business Bible. I've got a complete and up-to-date
I worship
picture
my
on
business
every
out of
stop
this
on my
every
route.
day.
I know exactly what sells in each store and what doesn't. I know what new items I've tried in each stop, how each one is done.
You know, a lot of
No
minuses
guesswork.
in that thing.
The facts are all there and they're up to date. Well, team up these facts with a little bit of this, and you can go after plus volume without the risk of getting stuck with a lot of returns.
This is how
So a
Dudley
guy
here
gets
got his wife,
returns,
telling her about
so
facts
what?
and figures.
Let the boss worry about him.
Here's something else a fella can do to get plus volume. Watch me in here.
Bread! Get your bread here! Lots of good bread! Hey, ma'am, want some bread? That's how you sell bread. Hot, like at a baseball game. Yep, just go through the front door. That's how the
Say, Mr.
delivery guys
O'Connor.
go, through the front
Yes,
door.
Bill. I'm putting in a half a dozen of these new sweet doughs. They went over so good last year, we're running them again. Since it's a good profit,
Yeah,
I'm sure
our
you
store
want to
has
keep an
got
eye
no
on them, see
customers.
how they
I don't know
go.
if you've noticed. We're actually going out of business.
Here's
So,
a sample. See for
I don't
yourself how good they are.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
yeah, I'll just eat my troubles away with this sweet Joe.
You see, talking it up is another key to getting plus volume. You can get in a good plug when you introduce a new package, a new product.
Some cellophane
special.
by DuPont. Huh?
The more
huh?
you talk it up, the better
Yeah,
chance
the
of getting
cellophane
him to
around
push
a
it.
lot so you hear it.
But what was all this mumbo-jumbo business with so many of this at so much and so many of that at so much at the last store?
Oh, the count check. That's something I always do before I put
Hey,
the stuff on the
why
shelves.
is there a
Avoids
merry-go-round
mix-ups
display?
later on.
That
And
seems
this
very
is especially
inconvenient to
important in
customers.
big bakery departments.
Keep going to
You
reach
see,
for the bread. Oh,
in
it moved!
supermarkets,
Ah,
there
crap,
are a
it
lot
moved
of bakery
again!
salesmen coming in.
Dang, who's moving the bread on
The
me?
count check also reminds the grocer of what baked goods of mine he's got to sell. The better he knows my products, the
Man,
better
this stuff
chance of
sells
getting
like
his help in
crap. I
selling
don't know
them.
why I keep letting that
And
die
that
in my
makes
store.
for plus volume for me. And then there's that third
Crinkle,
bullseye
crinkle
of mine,
cellophane.
selling displays. You know, that can be a little rough. You see, well, take this route of mine. I've got all kinds of bread racks and display shelves. Some of them are
It's an all-bread store.
I
It's
guess other
crazy.
guys' routes are the same way. I used to give up easy on displays. I had only one rule I followed. As long as the stuff didn't fall on the floor while I was there, it was okay.
Sounds like a good rule.
No more, though. And believe me, there's no
Now I
trick
make
or mystery to
very,
building
very
good selling
daintily
displays.
and carefully built displays. They're real pretty. They
Just
take up
stack
as
the
much
bread so
space
the
as
brand name
possible.
shows best and shows off the bread to
Much-
best advantage.
Takes as much space as possible
And
so I
give
can
the
fit as little
specialty loaves
product
the
as
best
possible on the
display
shelf.
space.
That's the
And
way
don't
to market.
squash bread to get it in. If a store is selling more bread than I got room for in my display space, I talk to the grocer about giving me more room.
Oh,
Say,
sorry,
near the
no more room
checkout
for you.
counters, or on the counter next to the register. Now, baked goods are impulse items, too. So I
Isn't
always
bread a
display them
baked
as
good?
near eye level as I can. So they're easy to see and easy to reach.
Good place to get the fatties to buy some
When you
dessert.
figure
Now watch,
a
that's this
shopper
one, watch.
spends an average
He's
of
gonna
only
buy.
35 seconds in a baked goods department, there's not much time for your display to work on them.
Oh,
So
didn't work. She didn't buy any,
display within easy reach.
baked goods.
Group the
If the
items
bread's not
together,
baked good.
keep
according to
from
him.
burying any item out of sight. But you know, a lot of the other
Out!
big boys
Think
are
it's
doing
out
that
of this world.
So how do you get the jump on
Oh, they're clever.
it? With special display and promotion ideas. Take the other day. I noticed the stop on my route was running a special on hamburger. Okay. So I talked the
I
grocer
just
into including
Ram,
rolls
I
in a
just
special
crammed some
display next to the
rolls into
hamburger.
a shopping cart and
That's
put it
where
next to
getting
it.
goodwill pays off. If you got the grocer's goodwill, you can get extra selling displays in the store built around special promotions. Picnic displays, especially good just before holidays and weekends in summer.
Summer.
Lunch
Oh, he's
idea
from Boston.
displays,
Summer.
especially good in fall. Better
That's why he said
breakfast
hamburger,
displays,
not ground
or any
beef.
others that tie in with national promotions. Seasonal promotion displays, fruitcakes around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
We sell like
Hot cross
one of them
buns and
every
Easter
year.
cakes at Easter time. Displays that suggest ideas for all types of entertaining.
Native American
And I
ham. That's
use all
interesting.
the banners and cards and streamers or printed promotional material I can get. Anything to give any display more sale. But
Stab.
all this talk of mine boils down to just this. This is a tough business, a mighty competitive business.
A lot
But
of
for the
bread
guy who
sales.
aims
Man,
for
I
grocer
can't keep
goodwill,
up.
plus volume, and selling displays, there can be a darn good one, too.
Well, now, that was quite a speech.
This is going to be a
Oh, I'm
fascinating
sorry if I
article.
bored
My
you.
reader will be
Bored me? Oh, no,
thrilled.
quite the opposite. But tell me, how in the world do you get all of those things done?
Oh, the whole secret to that is taking it in
I'm
small
very
chunks.
impressed with your bread sales.
Maybe one week I'm shooting for special displays in 10 of my best stops. Next week, 10 more, and so
See,
on.
this angel thinks she's
After all,
helping the
that's
guy out,
only 2
but
a day.
he's actually thinking of leaving his
Or
wife
maybe
for her
my
now,
goal
so
for
she's
this
going to lose
week
her
is
job
to
for
spend a
this.
couple of extra minutes in my biggest volume stops just to work on goodwill.
There, I picked up a bike. That's good,
Always
Will.
got something cooking at a few stops. Always something aimed
Look,
at
I'm
one of
cooking
these
a nice beef
bullseyes.
stew at this stop.
Grocer goodwill, plus volume, selling displays.
And are you sure nobody could unsell you on these things?
Not a chance. I like the payoff too much.
Well, don't you
so I
ever
couldn't
slip up?
convince you to run your business into the
Sure, I'm
ground.
just as human as the next guy. That's why I keep these bullseyes handy, so that a small slip-up doesn't turn into a big trip-up. Off to the
You're so
races.
punny.
What do you say?
Okay, that was really fun. Oh, there. Oh, I hate that bird salesman. Yeah, see? Cellophane. In cellophane. I'm pointing to the screen like you can see me. Seems like a roundabout way to sell your cellophane. Really
Grosser goodwill. Plus volume. Selling displays.
Oh, these people wanting to make a
Okay,
living.
so you want to bet. But Bill Dudley's just one guy.
Oh, well, maybe I better drop down and see some of the other fellows on your list.
Oh, no, you don't.
You'll increase our sales.
After
That
all,
matters
that's
to me
only
for
a
some
bet.
reason.
But from now on, I'm going to keep a pretty close watch on these guys.
It's the eternal struggle over bread sales.
And so will I.
It's just since the dawn of time, heaven and hell have been fighting over commercial bread sales. And today, heaven won. So yeah, out of this world attempt at selling your cellophane packaging. I don't know what they were thinking. It's like, okay, bread sale, cellophane packaging, they go hand in hand. Hand in hand. And I don't know what those two did before commercial bread sales came along. I mean, so like, they've had a job for the past, well, I mean, counting from when this is supposed to be, when this was made, they had a job for maybe, what, 20, 30 years? What'd they do before that? Were they just like, let's see, we'll get those people in the marketplaces to undersell, and those medieval marketplace salesmen and the Victorian era markets, we'll mess with them. I don't know. Anyways, strange premise, strange short, and I think I crashed and burned on that riff again. Starting to wonder if maybe I'm not very good at this anymore. I don't know. Like, it seemed to go well when I started these, and now I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm just going downhill, or am I just picking the wrong stuff to riff? I don't know. Anyways, if you're interested in my scripted riffing, which is significantly better, head on over to FireRiffs.com, check out my catalog, and it'll link you to my sales pages on Riff Tracks in the iRiff section and on Gumroad, depending on when I made the riff. You can get some nice artisanal scripted riffs that are actually somewhat funny and actually have jokes all the way throughout. I think I'm going to do some practicing improv riffing these things on my own, like without the camera, without being on camera, just to kind of get my brain working again. I feel like it just kind of shut down on the whole riffing thing for a while. But I still got one person watching, so that's very, very nice. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Yeah, so I'm gonna try for another stream in the future. I have to pick something out. Maybe I'll do something this Thursday. See if I can find something good by then. See how my week goes. Sometimes I get home from work and I'm beat and trying to focus on on anything like riffing that requires me to be alert and think and be quick-witted is just exhausting. So that's why I kind of did something this Sunday, because I didn't have to work today. Anyways, if you liked the riff, if I did better than I thought I did, let me know in the comments when this gets archived or whatever. Yeah, and I feel like there's something else I wanted to say before I went offline. Don't know what it was. It's probably going to come to me too late. Oh, yes. If you know of some public domain shorts or public domain movies, I'm not ruling those out just because I crashed and burned on Boy in the Plastic Bubble. I just might do a little more work up front before I go riffing it. Maybe it won't be as totally improv as Boy in the Plastic Bubbles. If you have any suggestions for public domain shorts or movies or something that you'd like to see me attempt to improv riff, live, put in the comments in the archive. Again, because I can't check out the chat right now. I mean, I guess I could now, but I think most people are watching this in archive because I have one person on YouTube and I'm not looking at my Twitch feed right now because my internet will start dying if I try to have two things going at once. Anyways, so yeah, until next time, this is Scott from FireRiffs, and have a good week, everyone. And if you're in the Carolinas where the hurricanes hit, I hope you're doing well. I hope you didn't get flooded out. Yeah, so till next time, goodbye.